Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us.
Hi, hotties. Welcome to Hot Women Wanted podcast episode 25. Oh my gosh, 25. I am Julie Strauss-Greeley, joined by my besties and co-hosts, Meredith Young and Julie Kolick. And we are really excited. I cannot believe we've made it to 25. I am thrilled.
25.
What an accomplishment for us. What an accomplishment. I just want to say for anybody new to the Hot Women Wanted podcast, we are three lifelong and truly lifelong, over 50 years, I'm going to go out and say.
No one said to drop a number.
I don't know how to break it to you. You're not fooling anybody. But anyway, over whatever years, and lifelong friends, and we've been going through every single stage of life together, which brings us to our current stage, oh joy, menopause, empty nest, careers, like experiencing every symptom under the sun. So, welcome to New Year.
Hottest, and I mean hottest.
You're the hottest, capital H. I guess that leads right into what is our temperature check this week? How are we all feeling?
I'm feeling okay this week.
I'm feeling good. Good.
Good sleep, good, not a lot of like discomfort.
So I will say this, for those new hotties who are just joining, Ethel is my personal ChatGPT, and Ethel has been tracking my sleep, and I'm doing really well. Like, you're supposed to get 25% between REM and deep, and I've been doing it. I mean, there have been a night
to track that. I think that's very important to track.
It's very important to track because it actually,
the cortisol.
What I learned is that if you have a bad night's sleep, you should actually watch your exercise for the next day because your cortisol levels are naturally higher, just from the lack of sleep. And so you don't want to like up your cortisol too much, or else then you're gaining weight. So it is an important thing to track. But
for some people who aren't sleeping well, that would be like, don't ever exercise again.
Well, I'm not a great sleeper. I never have been, so I'm doomed. Not a great sleeper. I'm never going to ask Ethel to track my sleep ever. Because I'll never sleep again.
Julie, tracking sleep for you would be
never going to happen. Not tracking my sleep.
I think it would be beyond devastating at this point.
You're like, congratulations, you slept 2 hours.
You were in REM for 5 minutes. You know what? I mean, listen, that's I have to say, you also can't pin it on menopause because that really has always been a thing for you.
That's true.
So you don't know. It's really
you would just track against your baseline, your own baseline. You get a baseline and then you track against your own baseline. So
yeah, well,
your baseline would be an hour and 15 minutes.
Mine's walking zombie. How about that?
Your baseline is like off the chart. There is no category for this. It's called sleepwalking. And then on the other end of the spectrum where I feel like I go into REM immediately.
I was actually, as I've been tracking this, Strauss, I was thinking about you and wondering, since you're such a good sleeper, if you're actually like, it'd be interesting to see.
I don't think I'm a deep sleeper. I have this weird feeling that I'm a good sleeper. I fall asleep. I stay asleep. I don't have any of those issues. But yet, I don't really think I'm like deeply sleeping. I don't know. I'm telling you, I really should get a tracker. Who knows?
Yeah.
I can't, I can't, guys. Like with all the equipment and it's like, at what point does the money stop like flying out of my pocket for menopause and menopause related products? I mean, Todd every day is like, what's this? I'm like, another thing to mix into my water to increase my like, okay.
Chloe just bought electrolytes for her water.
Yeah, I have electrolytes every day. It's in my first big thing of it. My first one of these for the day is filled with electrolytes.
Oh my God, I don't have that. But I have been told to get oats and soak them overnight. And I've been given great recipes.
Overnight oats?
Overnight oats.
Well, I do you guys know, I've talked about this before. I do the oat bran every single day.
Yes. And I did buy the oat bran.
The same kind of oats, you can soak those. You could do rolled oats, but you could do that too. I mean, it's your call. It's just a texture thing.
Well, which oats do you do? You should do the Kodiak oats.
Oh, those are good. Those are high in protein.
High in protein, low in carbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't done those. I haven't done them.
We're just a wealth of endless knowledge about. I mean,
About nothing. About
nothing.
Until next year when they're like, all of this is fattening.
It is.
I'm serious. I am just waiting for the comments eventually on TikTok to be like, you ladies don't look that good. For all the shit that you're doing, calm down.
Now listen, for fellow hotties, there was a time in, probably in the early 90s where muffins had just made a...
Yeah, Mary, is this a hot flashback?
It's not. You've got that. Do you want me to make it the hot flashback?
Yeah. What is it?
Hot flashback. It was the sorry, my phone is ringing. Here we go. It was the 90s, and we were all living in Manhattan, and Julie Strauss-Greeley was like, "Oh my God, you guys! Every morning, I stop at this local deli, and I get a muffin. And these muffins they're fabulous. They're low fat.
They're like bran. I think it was like
bran muffins.
It was like a bran muffin.
Every morning, and you were like talking about the muffins, and I was like, oh my God, I got to try these muffins. Meanwhile, she's getting puffier and puffier. And Strauss gains it in her face. We all do, but she's a little rounder in the face. And so I'm like, interesting.
Like, I don't think the muffins are working for you.
You were like, so those muffins are very caloric.
And that's 500 calorie bran muffin you're eating.
Like a small carrot cake every morning. Like literally like that delicious. I was licking like all 10 fingers on the subway. I'm like, wow, if this is the path to weight loss, I'm here for it. I'm like, this is good. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, I guess this is a perfect lead in because I know where Cola is going to come in, but Meredith and I are going to do kind of a unified product today. You know what we say. It's not just beauty products. It's what you put in your body. It's equipment. It's anything that we've kind of discovered recently that we're using that we think we can pass along. So today's
little hot tip for a high protein snack.
Okay. So these are, now I have to be clear. This is called the Built Puff Bar. For our viewers and listeners, there is a regular Built Bar out there. Same company, same brand. They make two different kinds of bars. The Built Bar is much higher in calorie. It has a different set of ingredients. It's still considered like in this bar protein high whatever category, but I have not tried any of those because that's not what I was reading about online. And a couple of wellness people that I follow that I've had some good results with suggested these as an alternative to when you're really having a sweet tooth or you need like a big protein shot, or maybe it's in place of a dessert where you're kind of like scrounging around at 9 p.m. and you kind of are eating a little too much of the frozen dessert, whatever it is. So Built Puff Bar. I have two flavors right now. I have Built Puff Coconut, which is the blue one, and I have Built Puff Brownie Batter. I have, and by the way, this is the size of the bar. Like, it's a really good size.
Yeah. I have the salted caramel, which is like the mustardy color. Delicious. And by the way, just FYI, Ethel, my ChatGPT friend, did an analysis.
You've gone the way of Kyle Richards, Mare. You can try to play it off as a friendship. It's a love relationship.
Fox on this podcast soon, and it's going to be Ethel. But she did an analysis, and this was a very good bar for like menopause women in terms of like trying diet and exercise. Like, it's high in protein, it's low in calories, and it has collagen.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to play devil's advocate because I tasted it. It's delicious. My very first time I tasted it today, I had the coconut one. Tastes like a marshmallow, delicious bar. I loved it. So I loved it so much. I'm like, I love it so much. Let me do a little research. And I found a little different news. An influencer, a little nutrition influencer I saw on TikTok, I forgot the name, said it is delicious. It does have protein and collagen and all that, but it has seed oils and has sugar. So they said use it as a treat.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
do not,
it
do not get too addicted.
And it also depends on like how clean is clean, right? Like if you're not going to do, like there are some wellness people out there that are against all seed oils, every single one, every single kind. So if you're doing like that kind of a clean diet, this has seed oil in it. This is not for you. This one, the coconut one, is 140 in terms of calories and saturated fats 2 grams, total fat 3 grams. So that's really pretty good.
Here, and 17 grams of fat in this one. I mean, sorry.
Well, if it only has 3 grams of fat and 2 are saturated, that's not good.
Well,
That means more than 2/3 of it is saturated fat.
Yeah, but it definitely has some fat in it for sure. But it also depends on what other fats are you eating.
Fat isn't bad for you.
Fat isn't bad for you.
It's the seed oils that is very controversial. Listen, do what you will. Enjoy it. I'm not saying I'm not going to eat it, but I'm a little wary of it just because it's a little delicious.
It is very delicious.
It is really delicious.
I definitely enjoy them. So Built Puff, be careful, not the Built Bar, Built Puff, and it's just like airy and chewy. It's almost like
it's a real candy bar.
I think that tastes like a marshmallow. I mean, I think that tastes like chocolate covered marshmallow.
It does. It almost tastes like a Charleston Chew. It almost tastes like what's the one that doesn't have the not Milky Way, because Milky Way has caramel, but what's the one that's just the puff with chocolate?
3 Musketeers?
Is it a 3 Musketeers?
I think that tastes more like a Charleston Chew because it's more marshmallowy.
Yeah.
And it's very fluffy.
Really good. Really good. So anyway, that is the product of the week. Hopefully it's helpful for some people to, weave it into your diet depending on all the other things you're watching, tracking, how clean you're going, how clean you're not. I'm so far having a good experience with it. Now, in 2 months when I've gained 25 pounds, a la the Muffin Man, we'll have something else to discuss. Then we can play this footage back and be like, I wonder if it's the Built Puff. I think I'm getting a little puffy from the Built Puff. Right now I'm in heaven. Anyway.
That's awesome.
All right, moving on. What's our next?
Our next topic is we're hot off the press, and I think normally we do a celebrity hot off the press, but I think the 3 of us are so obsessed with Karen Read.
Obsessed.
We were so obsessed with this retrial.
I mean, how could you not be? It doesn't matter what your TikTok algorithm is. It is whatever the little gremlins are on TikTok. They are pushing out Karen Read to everyone in the entire world.
I mean, it's intriguing. It's fascinating. It's
addictive. And not only that, we do have hotties. We have an expert in our group
Not
here.
an expert.
Julie Strauss-Greeley is a former, yes you are, an assistant Manhattan DA. So you are going to be our legal expert on this.
Okay. All right. just to head off the TikTok comments at the past, because let's just say we are not experts in anything.
You are an expert in this. You are a lawyer.
I'm not an expert.
And you worked for the Manhattan
I
District Attorney's Office.
I was a lawyer.
say this. Strauss is an expert in this, and Cola is not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay, I did go to law school. I was a lawyer for many years. I'm really no longer. I'm not even admitted. And I left the DA's office in 1999. So there you have it. Okay, 26 years not doing this. Way longer than I ever did. However, I was an assistant district attorney at Manhattan DA's office, so I was a criminal prosecutor. I did not try any murder 1 cases or murder 2, thank God. But yeah, I do have a little bit of a background in this. I mean, I don't think my take is so hot. I mean, it's like, this is an over-indicted case. The evidence is
unbelievable. Like,
flimsy at best. The investigation was unbelievably shoddy. It was horribly done. They messed up the evidence. They messed up chain of evidence. They didn't interview the right people at the right time in the moment. They didn't go into the house right away. They didn't see if there were any other dead. I mean,
how about they sold their family home immediately? They got rid of the dog and rehomed the dog, or the dog is no longer with us.
And they replaced the carpet. They
took their cell phones and put them in a military base and destroyed them.
They threw out their cell phones. And these are cops. Like, these are people who understand that, there might be there is a criminal investigation. I might be called as a witness. Perhaps I should not throw away my phone.
Okay, so let me ask a couple questions, because I'm not through the full documentary yet. Even though it was on Netflix, right? Netflix?
No,
HBO Max. HBO Max. Sorry, HBO Max.
Okay, why did they kill him?
Well, first of all, I think it was probably an accident. Something happened where they had a fight, but he also had dog bite marks all over his arm.
We don't know if it happened before. We don't know if that happened after he was dead. We don't know Like the
No,
dog.
they do know. They do know from the medical examiner that those wounds that look more like scratches, there's a couple of puncture wounds, and the rest are scratches. They're all the way up his right arm, I think it is. They can time when he received those, whether it was before death or after that. They can tell that based on the coagulation of the blood.
So did
They said those wounds were before he died.
But we know if he was.
By the way, he was alive when the paramedics got there. He was alive.
Yeah, okay.
Wounds.
My point is, we don't know that if that was part of the death, like how he got killed, or if he was like lying in the snow and the dog got him, as he was.
The dog was inside the house. The dog was inside the house. So it wasn't like a dog attack from a neighbor. I mean, the dog was inside the house.
There were no footprints. There were no paw prints. They didn't even look for there was no. They didn't look for.
Snowing a blizzard, though. There wouldn't be proper. I mean, it was like.
Oh, you think it would be covered up?
It would be covered up. There wouldn't be any. I'm not saying she did. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying there are holes on both sides. I
don't think there's holes in this case.
I don't think there's holes. I think it's a fair question. Hang on. I think it's a fair question to be like, why would these guys have killed a fellow law enforcement person, somebody that they were friends with? Here's the bottom line. The defense does not have to prove that. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. The defense doesn't have to do a thing. They don't have to put her on the stand, which they didn't. They don't have to prove anything. They don't have to do anything.
I agree. I agree that as a trial, that it like there's not enough evidence. Like she should go free. That being said, there are some things on both sides. I mean, there are a lot of things.
You're not convinced that she didn't have a partner.
I'm not sure on either side. I think there are holes on this side too. I really.
You cannot have a trial where there's been so much corruption. There's so much corruption in this case. These cops were not investigated. There's a guy who's dead in front of a house. They didn't go inside that house and interview everybody in that house.
They didn't
do it because they're all cops and they're all friends. They didn't do it because they knew. They knew not to do that.
It was also it was 5:00 in the morning. So nobody was there but the family. Nobody was there.
Doesn't matter. There's a dead man in front of your lawn. You go inside the house.
How do you know there's not dead people in the house? If you
That's a crime scene.
No, I totally agree. But the people weren't in the house. The only people that were in the house was the couple.
Right, but the point is, maybe with the murder, like maybe they killed everybody in the house, and this guy ran out, and then he died in the snow.
Okay,
immediately that's a crime scene.
My two questions were, number one, that question around like why would they kill one of their own?
Something came out today on TikTok, which is saying that O'Keefe had learned that Albert's son was dealing drugs, and he was building a case against the son.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's new today?
I saw that today.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That's a good.
I have no idea who put it up there. It wasn't like it was. Again, things are flying at me in my Karen Read algorithm. So
me too.
Who the hell knows? It could have been gotten mixed up with also my Medium algorithm, where people are suddenly telling me my future. So
let's put it this way: if you check my phone today, it's like, how long does it take someone to die in ice? I mean, now I can be in trouble.
So it's like, how long to die in the snow?
Oh God! Also, we'll say this. I mean, this doesn't make her guilty, but man, is she unsympathetic.
Unlikable.
She's unlikable. That's the thing. She's unlikable. She lacks empathy. She's, she's
face. I mean, she really
doesn't make her a killer. Doesn't make her a killer.
No, guys, this is also the second trial. It took a couple of years to get to the first trial. This is 5 years into it. So, we don't know. I mean, she certainly seemed hysterical on the video.
3 years. It happened in 2022, I thought.
She certainly seemed emotional. She certainly seemed, we don't know. But yes, she's an odd duck.
She's
an odd duck.
I don't care how many years later it is.
Yeah.
Let a tear run down your face.
Roll a tear. Start to think about your life, your future behind bars. And send a few tears.
What I don't understand is, for the perspective of the parents of the police officer who was killed, it's clearly corruption. And how are they not infuriated by that?
No, and they're sitting in that front row every day listening to this case. They did it the first time. It's like they wanted to be heard. But if I were that family, I would just be like, we don't have his killer. We do not have his killer.
I think there was a fight in the house, and I think the dog went to protect the owner.
Yeah, the dog bites did not kill him, guys. It's scratches.
The dog might, but the dog attacked him. So there was a fight.
I think so. I think there was a fight. I mean, he has like a skull fracture. They said where the fracture is in the base of the skull and the force that he would have had to have fallen backwards. And
they were all out of their mind drunk.
By
the way, every single person was driving drunk, which I found astounding.
Oh my God, astounding.
Happens all
the other
the time.
reason I can't really rule her out is because she was so blackout drunk.
Mary, the evidence doesn't. The evidence, this is so corrupt. If she did it, why would they do all that? Why would they destroy their phones? Why would they sell their house? Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why would they not? Why would these cops not talk to them? It doesn't make sense. It's a cover up. It's complete corruption. If it was her, they'd all be running out of the house hysterical. Looking for their friend.
Let me ask you this.
It doesn't make sense.
I love it.
It's nonsensical.
Remind me never to pick you for a jury.
Question. Why then, as police officers who wanted to cover it up, they're doing all the things to cover it up, would leave the dead body in front of the house?
Because they were setting her up. They were setting Karen Read up.
Really setting her up. They would leave it like they'd leave tire tracks with her. I mean, his body wasn't in a place where
they did. They went back and they did a crime scene. They took stuff and scattered it all over her car.
Oh, you mean
there's video footage of it.
He wouldn't be. His body wouldn't be where it was if she hit him. It
no,
wasn't
she was parked in front of the street. She wasn't parked in the driveway.
Exactly.
So she backed up mistakenly. There is
tracks. I'm only saying this not because I disagree with you guys. I agree with you guys, but I'm just saying on both sides.
There are some questions. Yeah.
I actually think there are holes on both sides.
I don't think there's anything to prove that she did it. There's nothing to prove it, and there's everything to prove that there was something that went on in that house. I mean, it's more. Corruption is more involved in that house than it is with her. She was. She got her mind. She got mad at her boyfriend, had a temper tantrum, and went home. That's it with her.
She has no idea what happened. She was blackout drunk.
They all were.
Did it? I know, but I'm just saying, poking holes on both sides. It's not clear to me who did it. To be honest,
it's very clear to me. Mary, how can it not be clear to you? Why would they destroy their phones to a military base, Mary? Why would they sell their family home under $20,000 immediately? Why would they do that? It doesn't make sense, Mary. You're not thinking. It's like this is a friend of theirs. They would investigate it. They're cops. If they were normal, if they were really on the ethical cops, they would do it.
Jury room together. We cannot be in a jury room together.
We would be a hung jury here.
You would, well, it was a hung jury. It's going to be a hung jury again. I don't
be like, that woman's an idiot.
I got to tell something.
That woman in the black t-shirt doesn't know what she's talking about.
Wow.
Or they're going to be like, the other one is
the evidence is overwhelming. Overwhelming.
No, really. Listen, there had to be something. They indicted her. I mean, they indicted her.
Being a little bit black and white about this.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't. It should have been dismissed. It wasn't properly investigated.
Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's arguing that. But they would never have been able to bring it to trial. You cannot bring this case to trial unless there's an indictment. In order to have an indictment, you have to present evidence to a grand jury of 30 days to present evidence. It's not the same burden of proof as a trial, but there is a burden of proof. And the people that, when you serve on a grand jury, you either indict or you vote no indictment. So there was enough that they heard in that grand jury room for however many days. I think they said it was like 21 days of evidence, where they felt there was enough there to indict, which means to move
because the lead detective was a corrupt cop. That's why he planted evidence.
100% there was a flawed investigation, and 100% I think it was over indicted. Honestly, I think if they had gone with more of like a lower level, I don't know Massachusetts criminal law, but like a lower level manslaughter thing, they might have had a better shot. The case was over indicted. It was horribly investigated, and all of the behavior on the people that were there that night, who, unlucky for them, are all law enforcement, so they know better. It's terrible. It looks awful. But, there's something there. There's some evidence there.
All the ring footage was destroyed. I'm looking at my notes now.
They destroyed their ring camera. I mean,
the cop who's in the house, he had ambulances, police cars. He never left his house.
Yeah.
That's insane. He never left his house. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
Responder. Like he's trained in CPR. You would think he would run around with
the body. Why they leave? I'm just curious why they left the body sitting in front of the house.
They were framing her. Why would you put your phones in a military base and destroy your phone in a military base? He took all the phones and destroyed it in a military. This is corrupt.
Two of the phones. But
that's corrupt. That's corruption.
Yeah. Listen, I think they put that body out in the snow to make it look like anybody but them killed him. And they didn't know where Karen went or did or whatever. The last they knew, they were all driving back to the house, and then he texted.
They put it in front of their own.
and says, maybe they didn't even know the Karen piece, that Karen would show up there at 6 o'clock in the morning saying, did I hit him? Did I hit him? That might have been what they thought at the time was, oh shit, this is lucky. Like, this is actually going to work our way.
They put it in front of their own house?
Yeah, because they would say like, oh, he was drunk. He was walking in a blizzard. He got hit by a car.
In
They
front-
weren't, maybe he was walking on the road. Maybe they weren't even going to plan on pinning it on Karen. But then she shows up at the fucking crime scene at 6 a.m. saying, I think I hit him. Maybe I hit him. I don't remember. I might have hit him. I hit him. They're looking at each other like, bingo, there you go. Yes, you must have hit him.
And now I have it in my notes. Brian Higgins, who's the one who destroyed his SIM card, he had a sling. Was wearing a sling the next day in his arm.
Yeah, he had hurt his shoulder, and he wasn't wearing a sling the night before.
I mean, come on, this is overwhelming.
There's a lot there. Anyway, the point is, it is the obsession of the United States and every other country in the EU. I feel like every English-speaking country, whatever, every single person is talking about this case. It is riveting. I cannot get enough of the TikToks. But
I have a question for you now. If now the second trial, I think she will be acquitted. But if she's not,
it's going to be another hung jury. I don't think
if it's another hung jury, what happens?
They're not going to retry it. I don't think so. Again, this is all independent by state. I don't know Massachusetts criminal law. Is it possible that I don't know if you can retry a case more than twice. I don't know that you can. I think at that point it's with prejudice, which means it's done. You've tried it. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I really don't know. I truly don't know. But I can't imagine they would go through the expense of trying it a third time to get the same result. But it's different to be acquitted and a hung jury. Acquitted is you're innocent, we don't believe you did this. A hung jury is we can't agree. For a criminal trial, you have to have a unanimous agreement. Everybody in that jury room has to agree. Trial number 1 was 8-4. It was 8 people for conviction, 4 thought she was innocent. That was the division. It was more people for conviction than you'd think. I think this is going to be another hung jury. I do not think she's going to be acquitted. I do not think a jury's going to say you're innocent.
So, and then can she just live her life?
Yeah. That's it. It's closed with prejudice. It's done.
And then she'll make a movie and a book and a podcast. And
I'm not worried about her, although she's incredibly unlikable. Who's going to have her?
Exactly.
Maybe we would. We need to follow.
Exactly. You'd be like, come on, Karen. Would you like to be a guest?
Karen.
Hi, Hottie, Karen. Welcome.
Hi, Hottie. Hi, Karen. Please come on our podcast and talk about your innocence.
Be like,
Karen's on the fence about you, but we
can do it on our episode about alcohol. You know, how it's getting harder and harder.
like, Karen, talk to me a little bit more about it.
Oh my God, I think it was on the last episode. She's like, I just want dinner and a drink. I'm like, I think you should stop drinking. I mean, if this isn't get her to stop drinking.
It does not at all. And did you guys see the part where she was quibbling with when they said how many drinks she had? And she was like, well, that was a double and a shot. So that's not 4, that's 2. I'm like, that's like 6. I'm like, what alcohol math are you using, Karen? I'm like, that is
they all were. I mean, it's so scary. The people on the road. I mean, that's crazy.
All cops do. I cannot tell you how many of them drive drunk.
Oh
they
my
know
God.
they're not going to get pulled over.
Not all. Let's say, not all. Let's be friendly.
A lot of them. A lot of them. Meanwhile, it reminded us, and then we were all talking about this yesterday with Jane, who with my oldest, who was here spending Mother's Day, and then we watched Copland. Do you guys remember the movie Copland?
No.
Oh my God! It's so what?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Ray Liotta, Sylvester Stallone, Harvey Keitel,
Never seen it.
Michael Rappaport. You don't remember? It's about the cop, and he shoots the guys, and then it's a whole cover up. It's all based in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
No.
Never saw it.
It's amazing. It's a great movie. It's all about this. It's about police cover.
Can we, before we move on, who's going to play her in the movie? What actress do you think could play her?
I'll tell you who I think is a dead ringer.
Who?
She's a comedic actress, but she's a dead ringer.
Who?
From David. From
you know what? They won't give. She hasn't. I think you have to have bigger chops. I was thinking.
She's very good. She's very good.
I was thinking, who played Tanya Harding? Barbie. Who played Barbie?
Oh, I don't remember.
No. No.
Watch the Tanya Harding.
No. If they cast her in this, I'm going to be so pissed.
Who is it? I can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name either.
Watch it'll end up being like Nicole Kidman. She's like 25 years older.
That's true. Oh my God.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my God.
Who am I thinking of?
Yeah, I forgot her name. I know who you're thinking of.
The Barbie movie.
Yeah, we know who you're thinking of. We all know
Brain fog. I can't think of it.
brain fog, but we know who you're thinking of. And I can't even think of the girl from my favorite
This is
show.
terrible. Tanya Harding movie. I'm like, Tanya Harding should play her. I'm like, no, the actress who played Tanya Harding.
Oh my God, can you imagine Tanya Harding? The person, the skater.
Anyway.
Okay,
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Karen Read.
let's move on. Okay, so moving on
Okay.
to
Survivor. Should we touch on lightly on Survivor? We did a heavy Survivor last week. I think Survivor this week was just
Hot,
Keep it
we're on to
standing
hot
up.
topics. We're on to our shows. Survivor. I mean, I'm barely surviving Survivor.
I know. They made the $1 million mistake.
this was an infuriating episode.
$1 million mistake.
Guys, can we play? Yes, they did, Bear. That's exactly the way to say it. Can we play the fucking game? What
How did they
are we
not vote
doing
off
here?
David? I mean, David was panicked, and he should have been.
Joe. You mean
Joe was panicked, and okay, Joe.
Eva, take one of them out.
They
Eva has all those, but she has all those
But she
immunities.
wasn't going to play them. She was feeling so cocky they could have gotten her. They could have gotten either one of
Yeah,
them.
but they should have gotten Joe because Joe wins every challenge, and that's how he's going to make it to the end. So if they knocked out Joe, it would have changed the whole dynamic of the game.
So what are we talking about now? We're talking about people that are playing the game based on loyalty and friendship for 18 days. This is what's happening when you could have taken out one, if not both, one of your strongest players. I don't get this. Now what?
Now you've guaranteed that David and Eva will make it to the end.
Joe.
Joe. Oh God, I'm sorry, David. David,
Well,
you're
you're
voted
thinking
off the show.
because
Because we're thinking about David's like,
it's heard around the world.
because we're thinking about David's Captain, My Captain scene. Like,
David, my captain, my captain.
I mean, give me a fucking break. I'm like, what
I-
are you doing?
Guys, I haven't laughed that hard.
I laughed so hard.
I was
Um,
dying when he stood up. First of all, did you please tell me? Go back and use your own slow mo. Please tell me you guys saw Chrissy and Star.
Yeah.
Star was hysterical.
Kind
He
of-
was covering her face laughing.
Star had to put her head down. Like it. He was like. Like, I'm sorry, Scotty.
Star was like
That's
church
what
giggles. She could not stop.
And I'm also like, for Mary? Like, it's one thing if actually it was Joe who really played this game. Like, if he happened to have gotten voted off and you want to do something
I agree.
for
With-
Mary,
Mary.
It's
Were they good friends? I couldn't figure it out.
I guess at the end they were like desperately clinging to each other. But on one day, his one paranoid day.
It was so funny and awkward and
Now I'm like pissed. Like now I'm like, all right, we're down to the final 6. Like now what?
Well, it's gonna be the Joe and Eva show.
So
Wait, I
Joe
haven't-
and Eva are going to be in the final 3.
And they'll probably go up against
no, Kyle. I think
Kyle and what's her name?
Camilla.
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 I think Kyle and Camilla are going to have to turn on each other at some point. See, Kyle blew it because for Kyle and Camilla to gain the power, they had to vote out Joe.
Yes,
They did.
Who had the power to say we're going to vote Joe?
You know why I think Joe might deserve to win? Because he got people to get so loyal to him. Like Kyle doesn't want to turn on him. He's like, I told him things and we shared things.
Yeah, it's
That's
weird.
Pretty impressive gameplay.
I know it's not how you play Survivor though. It's a
That's
cutthroat
gameplay,
game.
and that's not the game. Then that's not the game. Then go on some other show. Go on the Real World and live together for 6 months.
Go Big Brother. Well, they turn on each other, Big
Are
Brother.
you still on, or have you just completely dated yourself?
I completely dated myself. I love it. Whatever. I'm not sure where this goes. I mean, maybe I don't think that is going to be the 4 of them. I don't think that's going to be the final 4 making
I don't
fire.
think
I
so.
really don't. No, I don't.
I think it's going to be, I think Eva, Joe, Kyle. Who else is left? Oh, Shaquille.
And Camilla.
or Mitch.
Or
Oh.
Mitch. I forgot about Mitch.
I don't think Camilla and Kyle are going to turn on each other, and I don't think Eva and Joe are going to turn on each other, which is why I have them at the final 4.
You could be right.
I'm not sure. It depends who wins the immunity idol.
Wait, are we done with? Wasn't this the last immunity challenge?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
And Eva has to play those. If Eva doesn't play those idols, they become like null and void. She has to play them.
Already. One expired this week.
One's done. Her safety without power is done because she didn't use it.
So
She
now
had to use it- she had to use it with 7 people. She had to use it before up to 7 people left. So she already lost that.
Can we say Eva hasn't missed a meal? Everybody has chosen her for it's unbelievable. She has not Miss.
I'm going to go so far as to say she's eating well.
She's eating well.
It's like she's at fucking Epcot. It's like every culinary fair of the world. It's like, oh, today's Mexican. Yesterday was Japanese. Tomorrow's Italian. Like, she has had every bit of food, and I honestly can't stand to watch her eat. It is disgusting.
Well, because they're starving, though. They're starving. It's not a normal way of eating.
She's got sauces coming out, her chewing with her mouth open. I mean, come on.
And then I want to talk about Mary's green satin jacket she whipped out at last tribal council. It looked like she put it at Intermix. I'm like, what is happening here? And she's still wearing her hoop earrings. I'm like,
I know. She's got
the stylist for tribal council?
She's got the hoops in. She looks fantastic. And the jury is not looking great. Usually I look forward to the jury, like, really bringing out some great duds. Nothing.
Yeah. No, nothing.
And I didn't blame her for eating the coconut. No one was choosing her for anything. She has to eat.
Oh, I kind of blamed her.
I didn't. They were all going to the rewards, and she was never going to get picked.
Survivor. Like, she has no other food. They had no fish. They had no rice. Like, what do you want to eat?
If you want to win this game, don't eat the whole coconut.
They weren't feeding her. Everyone else was going on the reward. She wasn't getting picked.
Yeah. I think that's lame. I think she's got to try to eat what she can. Anyway,
we don't have to worry about it. She's eating well now at the hotel.
She sure
is. Ponderosa, wherever they are.
She's feeling good.
She was at that buffet breakfast the next day, bright and early.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on. Let's do some hot takes from Summer House.
Okay.
Messy Jessie, Messy.
Messy Jessie, take 3. I said take 4, take 5. I mean,
you guys know that this week is the finale. It's over.
Really?
Yes.
Like nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
It was a dud of a season, but I still love it.
I love it. I love watching it. I could watch them in bed on a loop for 9 hours. I could watch the 3 of them gossiping in bed. I love it.
I find it very relaxing. I feel like it's like I love it. I love Summer House. I love everything about it.
Really happened.
What?
If we didn't have Lexi, what the hell would we be talking about?
Nothing. They're too old.
And
but there's a big announcement at the reunion.
What about Emerald, who was in that episode, and they edited him out completely? I think that's interesting. Yeah. Why did they do that?
Because he's boring.
I know, but they really made it very I mean, they could have included him a little bit. It was
boring. I think he adds nothing. And I gotta tell
something
you,
had to happen though. I feel like something had to have happened. Why would he be edited out that severely?
I don't think anything happened. I think he just was what he was. He didn't make friends with them. He was there like hooking up every weekend, which is his right to do. And there's no connections there. There's no love lost. There's no friendship.
Listen, if it wasn't for Emerald, we wouldn't have Toegate. We got to give him Toegate.
I guess.
I'm going to give him Toegate.
And I got to say, Lexi is playing this 15 minutes of fame. She is on every show.
I've never seen anybody do more press in my life.
Podcast.
It's true.
Over this relationship with Jessie. It's like, what are we doing? It's not like she has a movie coming out. Like, what are we talking about?
Listen, and I gotta tell you, I know, Mary, I know you love, what's his name, Nick Viall. She went in the Viall Files, and I listened to it because I just wanted to. It was such a snooze fest. I mean, she talked about the challenges of it being a model. I'm like, this is so not interesting.
Oh, God.
And she's 5'6". I'm like, you're not really a model. I'm like, maybe like a catalog.
Exactly.
I mean, sorry, you're not a supermodel at 5'6". And so she spent the whole time, I've been a model since I'm 11. It was so boring. And then the victim card with Jessie, it was a snooze fest.
She is like playing this and playing this and playing this. I'm like,
well, listen, good for her. Good for her. Maybe she will roll it into some like influencer.
Maybe.
You know?
I mean, she's not going to Traders.
No.
No,
not going to Traders. No.
I'm excited. Anyway, I don't know. It's over. That's the bottom line. I will miss it. I am sad to see it go. I mean, it started in February, so it's over.
Yeah. It just feels like nothing happened.
I just think there's a problem here. Unfortunately, I will be so upset. I really don't want to lose Paige. I don't want to lose Lindsay. I don't know. I don't want to change this formula, but like, I do think this show, I think a huge chunk of this show has to migrate to New York City. It doesn't have to be Roni. It could be called something else. Follow them year round. Let them pop in on the summers for some parties, and then bring a newer cast that are like West and Jessie's friends, and make that the new age group. That's really what I think should happen.
Although I do want to mention, I want to give a shout out to Kyle, because, you know, I think he could be a dick sometimes. I can't stand that he gets drunk till 5:30 in the morning. He's too old for that. But when he stuck up for Sierra and Jessie was talking shit, I love that moment on TV when he's like, whoa. He's like, don't say that about
No, he's
Sarah.
like, don't put it on her. Don't put it on
her. I loved that moment. And that's like, he's done that more than once for Sarah. He has a soft spot in his heart. And I love that.
No, it is.
He also has been, he's been on the show for years and years and years. That is his, like, that is somebody that is really close to him in his life, not Jesse Solomon.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought that was a really sweet moment for
yeah,
Kyle. I love that.
It really
All right,
was.
so we'll see what the last episode brings.
Wait, there was one hilarious moment, and it was one. Everybody thought that, like, what's her face, Lexi had dumped Jesse, and then all of a sudden they show up at the house making out all over each other.
Oh yeah.
And then West broke the third wall and looks at the cameraman. He goes,
He's like, when he was pointing his finger. Like, you know me, I'm a West apologist. I know he doesn't, he and Jesse do not have the emotional EQ to conduct themselves like adults. Clearly they have a lot of growing up to do in the romance and emotionality department. But in terms of like their friendship and like funniness, and I think West is hilarious. I do.
Is it the third wall or the fourth wall?
Fourth wall.
it's the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Fourth wall. Anyway, all right. In the valley. Oh,
I don't even know what to say about the Valley this week.
It's so dark.
I'm watching it,
really dark.
Yeah.
but it's dark. I'm still liking it, but it's dark.
Too. It is dark. Andy said it does take a lighter turn. I'm waiting for that.
How can it?
And what kind of facility is Jax in that he has his phone
No.
and he can be rage texting?
I know. What kind of ranking doing rehab is
Not
this?
only did he rage text, he then turned that phone around and filmed himself, and like they put it in the episode. I was like, okay, so you are getting that checked, even though you're in some kind of a rehab. As long as you're in the episode, you get paid. Well, he made sure he was in that fucking episode.
Well, yeah, I have seen interviews with him now, like in real time, and he's super. Like he obviously went through the program. He's much better. He's apologetic. He's like, this was all me.
I hope so.
I know, but so hopefully that was just the beginning. And a lot of people, when they first go to rehab, are totally spiraling out of control. And then
I feel like he knows how to play to the camera, though. I don't know if I trust him that he's seen the light. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Time
I
will
know.
tell.
Well, that's what Brittany said. She's like,
No.
he knows how to play this. He knows how to play the camera, and he knows how to like be sympathetic and sound.
but he has a kid.
He was on Watch What Happens Live recently, and she didn't say much because they're now in divorce proceedings. But she was like, "It's not been great, and it's not been easy." And she allegedly, to the fact that he's not really sober.
Oh, really? Listen, I hope for their kid.
Me too.
I really do.
Me too. I mean, this is like, I'm going to keep watching because like there's nothing else on at the moment too. But like, I mean, this is, there's nothing joyful in this. There is nothing to celebrate here. It is like doom and gloom and horrible relationships. And,
Well, I know that Kristen gets pregnant. I mean, she's like 6 or 7 months pregnant right now. So
Yeah,
it has a happy ending. Yeah.
yeah.
And the other girl gets pregnant.
Yeah. Nia.
Nia gets pregnant too. And they're exactly, I think, the same timing even.
Yeah. So that's good. That'll be nice.
I am happy for Kristen. She is somebody who's older and like a Lindsay on
Wanted a baby.
She is somebody who always wanted a baby, always talked about that, wanted to be married, wanted to be, have a baby. Now she's engaged and pregnant and having that baby, I think, any minute. So
And then that Michelle and Jassy. I mean, one week I'm like, oh, he's kind of a jerk. And then but the way she talks like a robot, I really can't believe it. It's like, he's just too mean. I want to just get divorced. I'm like, ooh, you're a rough hang. You're a rough hang. I'm like, fast forward.
And she's in sales.
She's in sales, exactly.
She's a real estate agent. And you wonder why she hasn't sold a house in a few years. So anyway, and Jesse's dingy underwear. What was that? What was that?
Stripping his clothes off. I mean, like, first of all,
clothes off. The cameras are there, and they're tidy whities, but they were not white. Like, what was that color?
Oh, that was bizarre.
Were they purposefully beige? Or were they the dingiest underwear in the world? Like, I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's the shows for the week.
Yep.
Who has a closing? Oh, I believe Julie Strauss Greeley has a closing hot take.
I do?
You walk in the park, your little friend.
Oh.
Your good luck kiss.
Your good luck. Your good luck in the park.
Well, you've already spoiled it, but I mean, I'm killing myself to get my goddamn steps in on top of the Peloton workouts and everything else, guys. Help me. If you see me in Prospect Park sweating profusely, dragging the dog, Please do something for me. So first of all, my husband was away all last week on business. If I say, Julie, you can attest this. If I tell you it rained every single day,
Monsoon.
24/7, I was out in a rain suit doing my steps, taking this dog on walks. I had to keep wiping my glasses like windshield wipers. I could not see. Downpour. Finally, a nice day, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the dog on a really big walk. I'm going to get my steps in. And I'm like tracking it on my iPhone. I'm like, look at me. I did a Peloton workout this morning and I'm getting my steps. I'm like, and as I'm walking, I'm like, what am I going to have for lunch? I was like, I'm going to make a turkey wrap with bacon. Anyway, walking. All of a sudden, I'm like, I feel like plop on the, and I have big hair, like on the back of my hair and like something on my shoulder, but I had like a jacket on. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, that's weird. What was that? I like take my hand in my hair, guys. Take my hand and I go like this. Massive bird poop.
Oh my God.
In your hair?
In my hair, all down my jacket, down my arm. And it was on my hand. I was like, thanks, God.
Well, you know what? It's good luck.
I'm trying to get my 10,000
Good luck.
steps.
It is good luck.
It's supposed to be good luck.
Let me just
So they say.
let me just double down on that one and tell you that a few months ago, Dan Young came in and he was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I was attacked by a bird. And you guys, I fell on the floor laughing. I'm not kidding you. Like I couldn't catch my breath. I almost died of laughter. I was like, what? Tell me again. Wait, it hit you in the, like I kept saying it. He's like, you're such a bitch. I'm like, I'm telling the kids, I'm like, you're not going to believe this. Dad was attacked by a bird.
Did it really attack him?
Listen to me and listen closely. I go out the next day. I had no memory of this. And a bird comes down and pecks my head, knocking into his I fly across the street, like running, pulling my dogs, one of whom is 16, like screaming in the street. I'm like, oh my God, I'm being attacked by a bird. It's terrifying. So at least it was just a little bird
Karma.
poop.
That was
It
karma.
wasn't little, but it was just bird poop. But like square on me. I was like, yes, but oh my God, that's hilarious. I wonder what it was about. Maybe there's just a bird, like maybe it's the dogs.
No, it was like a mama bird. I asked all my bird friends, I'm like, what's happening? I was
If
terrified.
you do get too close to the nest, they will do that.
The mama came down and pecked me in the head. I am
That is hysterical.
terrifying. Sorry.
All right. Anyway,
All right, guys, we are at time.
We are at
All right,
time.
hotties. This was a really fun session. Everybody, our hotties who are listening, who are watching us and listening, please follow, like, and comment on Spotify or Apple, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. We want you to interact with us.
YouTube.
Tell us what you want to hear. And yeah, we're on YouTube. You're right.
And subscribe. Not
Right.
just follow. Subscribe.
Subscribe. And
Tune
tell
in every week. And
Tell
if
us-
you've got it,
us what you think. We want to engage with you.
We had a great TikTok conversation last week about menopause. So keep it going. Keep on interacting with us. We love it. Bye, hotties.
guys. Bye, hotties.
Bye, hotties.